A kill list is a term that refers to a list of individuals or targets marked for assassination or elimination, typically by a government, military, intelligence agency, or other clandestine organizations. This list may include the names, photographs, and identifying information of the intended targets, as well as details about the reasons for their inclusion and the methods to be used for their elimination. The concept of a kill list is highly controversial and raises ethical, legal, and moral questions regarding the use of lethal force and the potential violations of human rights. The reasons for individuals being placed on a kill list can vary widely. They may include suspected terrorists, members of insurgent groups, high-value targets, or individuals considered threats to national security. Governments and intelligence agencies often compile these lists based on intelligence and information gathered through surveillance, informants, or other means. The decision to place someone on a kill list is typically made by high-ranking officials, such as heads of intelligence agencies or government leaders, and may involve a complex assessment of the individual's perceived threat level and potential harm to the country. One of the most well-known examples of a kill list is the United States' use of such lists in its counter-terrorism efforts, particularly in the post-9/11 era. The U.S. government, through agencies like the Central Intelligence Agency (CIA) and the Department of Defense, has employed kill lists as part of its targeted killing program. These lists have included the names of individuals associated with terrorist organizations like Al-Qaeda or ISIS, and the individuals are often targeted in drone strikes or special operations. The use of kill lists has sparked significant debate and controversy. Critics argue that the lack of transparency and accountability in the process can lead to potential abuses of power and violations of international law. Concerns also center around the potential for mistaken identity or the inclusion of innocent civilians on these lists, which can result in unintended casualties and collateral damage. In response to these concerns, legal and ethical guidelines have been developed to govern the use of kill lists and targeted killings. These guidelines often emphasize the principles of necessity, proportionality, and discrimination, requiring that targeted killings be conducted only when there is an imminent threat, with minimal harm to civilians, and an adherence to international humanitarian law. Additionally, some human rights organizations and legal experts argue that the practice of maintaining kill lists raises fundamental questions about due process and the right to a fair trial. They contend that individuals placed on these lists should have the opportunity to contest their designation and challenge the evidence against them. In conclusion, a kill list is a secretive and controversial compilation of individuals or targets marked for assassination or elimination by government or intelligence agencies. The use of kill lists has been associated with counter-terrorism efforts and targeted killings, often involving drones or special operations. While proponents argue that they are necessary tools in the fight against terrorism, critics raise significant ethical, legal, and human rights concerns regarding their use, including transparency, accountability, and the potential for unintended harm to civilians. Balancing the imperative of national security with respect for international law and human rights remains a complex and contentious issue in discussions surrounding kill lists.